Good day everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video from our Azure Database Watcher series, we are diving into a step-by-step walkthrough on how to configure an Azure SQL Managed Instance as a SQL target using Microsoft Entra Authentication in Database Watcher. This is by far one of the most secured and recommended methods, as Entra Authentication provides identity-based access, eliminating the need for managing SQL credentials manually. Whether you are working in a highly regulated environment or just want to follow best practices for your secure SQL monitoring, this video is tailor-made for you. So grab your coffee, follow along, and don't forget, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more Azure focused content, and turn on the notification so you never miss an update. Let's get started. Let's look at the Azure SQL Managed Instance that I'm going to add today to the SQL target. So this is the managed instance that I will be adding. Yeah. Now, if I go to the networking part of this managed instance, I'll be able to see that the public endpoint is enabled here. So this is the public endpoint that I'll be utilizing. In my future video, I will show you like how to connect a database watcher to a managed instance using a private endpoint. But for this, we will utilize the public endpoint. Yeah, let's go to the JB Watcher portal here. Yeah, and then let's go to the SQL targets. We need to create the required login. So let's look at this Azure SQL Managed Instance with Microsoft Entra Authentication. Let's click on that. And then let's copy this information here. Yeah, if you see here, we are trying to create a login called JB Watcher, which is same as your database watcher. Yeah, so let's head to our SQL Server Managed Instance. I have connected to my managed instance using the public endpoint, and also I'm using an Microsoft Entra Authentication. If you use an SQL authentication to connect to the managed instance, you will not be able to create a login using from external provider. Let's go ahead and execute it. Let's wait for it to complete. The login is created now. Let's go to the security and then check for logins. And if you see here, we have this login created. Now let's head back to the Azure portal. Yeah, let's close this and then click on add here. Let's select the resource type as SQL Managed Instance. Let's select the resource group now. Now let's select the required managed instance, which is JBMI in my case. If you see here, we have two options for the data endpoint, private and public. As I updated earlier, we will be utilizing public endpoint for this video. Yeah. So as soon as I selected public endpoint, it is able to provide the public endpoint with the port here. I'm not going to use read intent, yeah, because I'm not using an business critical managed instance here. It is an general purpose managed instance, and I'm not going to use SQL authentication, so I'm just going to click on add here. Let's wait for it to get added. So if you see here, we're able to successfully add the JBMI managed instance into this database watcher, JB Watcher. Yeah. So now what we'll do is like, let's give it like 2-3 minutes and then look at the dashboard and then see if you're able to get the managed instance added to the database watcher dashboard. Let's go to the dashboard here. And if you see here, we have two Azure SQL databases and one Azure SQL Managed Instance. Let's click on this one Azure SQL Managed Instance. And then if you see here, the one that we have added, the JBMI, is present here. Yeah, so we are able to add it successfully. Just keep one thing in mind: after you add the SQL target, you will have to give it some time. Yeah. So what I've done is like in my end, like I've given it like close to like 10 minutes, and after that, it was showing up in the dashboard. Yeah. Just in case if you're not able to see the MI added to the dashboard, then there is a possibility that Azure SQL Managed Instance, data is not collected if the execute permission on the sys.xp underscore msver system stored procedure is revoked or denied to the public role. And to solve that, you can execute this query. In my case, I did not have that problem. So all these things can be found on the public documentation with related to Database Watcher. I will include that link in the description section. You guys can have a look. But as of now, we were able to successfully add our first managed instance into the Database Watcher using the Microsoft Authentication without any issues. Yeah. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Jai Hind.